Once upon a time, a young boy named Leo lived in a small, coastal village. He was an apprentice to the village's cartographer, and his days were filled with the meticulous work of drawing maps. But Leo's maps were different. While others charted the known world, he secretly drew maps of things that didn't exist, constellations named after forgotten gods, islands made of glass, and continents shaped like sleeping dragons. The villagers found his map strange, even a bit unsettling. They preferred maps that guided them to safe harbors and fertile lands, not to places that only existed in a boy's imagination. His master, a kind but pragmatic man, would often sigh and gently remind Leo of the importance of accuracy and practicality. One day, a terrible storm swept through the village, destroying their fishing boats and rendering their traditional navigation maps useless. With no way to determine their position, the village was trapped, unable to fish for food or trade with neighboring towns. In the midst of this despair, Leo saw a chance to help. He unrolled one of his strange, imaginary maps. "This isn't a map of the sea," he explained to the weary villagers, "but a map of the wind. I've been charting its moods, its whispers, its angers. The storm, you see, has a heart, and I believe I found it here." He pointed to a swirling pattern on the map, a place where the lines of wind converged. The villagers were skeptical, but with no other options, they decided to trust him. Following Leo's map of the wind, a small group of fishermen navigated their only remaining boat, not by the stars or the coastline, but by the subtle shifts and turns of the gale. They sailed directly into the heart of the storm, a place of unnerving calm where they found a hidden, protected cove. In this cove, they discovered a fleet of forgotten, storm-damaged ships from 100 years ago, their holds still filled with perfectly preserved supplies, food, tools, and most importantly, materials to rebuild their own boats. The villagers returned home as heroes, and Leo was no longer seen as a dreamer. He was now known as the Navigator of the Unseen. From that day forward, his maps were no longer just flights of fancy. They were seen for what they truly were, guides not to where you are, but to where you could be, and prove that the most valuable discoveries are sometimes found in the places that only exist in our minds.